I'm Brad Shepard, and it's my wife, my better half here, Kathy Shepard. We're from Tampa, Florida, originally from New England, so you may hear some accents thrown about. And for the last 4 years, I'd say, we've been going to Restoration Church. Did the lab in a small group setting, and to me, that just put the content over the top, because we were sharing amongst people that we kind of knew, but through the series got to know much better.
My experience with the lab was nothing like I've experienced before in a Bible study. It's very open. You don't have to come in with previous knowledge. And it explores each aspect of the church, the Bible, Jesus' life, God, our relationship to others. The thing that I remember most and had the most impact on me is that God values me for who I am and not what I do. I always feel like I can gain approval by doing this or doing that, and learning that God values me because He loves me was my biggest takeaway from the lab.
So another thing I really liked about the lab was just the way the content was written. It wasn't just theology and passages. There were funny insights and relatable instances that just made it just enjoyable reading.
After the lab, I would say that it was a good refresher, but it also made me think about things that I took for granted and separating what Jesus intends for us as a community of people. Community is so important, and I would say that was emphasized much more than any other study I've ever taken.
The lab for me was more educational, just making clear some of the basics of who God is and how to pray and just how to be in community. So things that others may take for granted, the lab made it very easy to follow.
Now, I would try this. Like I said, I've done several Bible studies, and they're all pretty much the same. This really digs into what do you think about these things that you might be taking for granted. And if you do this with a group, you might be surprised on what other people have to contribute to what you're learning. You may think that, oh, I know all about this, and then someone will come from a totally different point of view and change your mind. So I would recommend it. I would recommend it in a group, definitely in a group.
After taking the lab, it was clear it wasn't named the lab by accident. I mean, the whole formula is that you learn little bit by little bit and actually apply and experiment with it in kind of manageable pieces. So it's not overwhelming, but yet you get to practice and then come back, in our case, to the group and kind of report how all that went. So it was fantastic that way.